Hey there, it's Elizabeth, and welcome back to another Journal With Me video where I do not journal at all. Yes, I just got finished filming the capybara experience that my daughter got for me when we were on our trip to Savannah a couple weeks ago, and today is currently Halloween. Okay, so I am busily in here trying to catch up on finishing up my journal. Okay, now I do have pages, many pages in here that have no journaling at all, which is fine. All the pages are decorated. I always keep my notes in a separate notebook. So, yeah, that way I can come in here in my leisure, and fill in the journaling. So let us see. I know what the heck, what happened to it now? Oh my gosh, you guys. All right, there's one page back here, this one right here, that I'm probably not going to get to. Okay, it's the 15th. Yes, I have notes. I don't have very many notes. So this is probably going to be the only page blank in this whole book, which is fine. I do, however, believe that I think this whole year I have actually completed every single journal until now. But it's all right. Okay, so let's just get started. See, some in here I have finished, this is all finished. Um, this is all finished. This is where I stopped. This half of the journal is where I stopped doing my notes. But anyway, it's all decorated and ready to go. Okay, so here we are on this page here. So let's see what we're going to do, huh? All right. Now, I erased the date. So it was the 26th. Okay, I'm using just this big clip to hold it down a little bit because they're going crazy. All right. So I did stuff my journal with things that I would like to use to decorate the page, just making sure you're in frame. Oh, I hope y'all are doing well, and thank you for joining me, and welcome if you're new here, and welcome back if you're returning. So on this day, my daughter invited us over for dinner. And let me just see. What did I say it was? It was a Sunday? Yeah. Okay. And her boyfriend cooked Japanese curry. Now, he is part Japanese. And yeah, so it was yummy. It was yummy. Japanese curry is like a beef stew, yeah, on rice, and it's spicy and it's curry, right? So I am used to just regular beef stew, right? So this had a little bit of a twist. I have to admit, and he knows this, I'm not a fan of curry. I'm not, but it was really, really good. The thing that I can't do either is a whole bunch of spice. I don't know why. It was like after my cancer treatments, something on my taste buds messed up, and it's super hard for me. Like, I didn't really have a problem with, like, mild to medium spicy foods, but now it's not a good explosion in my mouth. You know what I mean? But it was delicious. It was delicious. He also made key lime pie, which was really kind of funny. Let me figure out what I'm going to do here, and then I'll tell you that story about the key lime pie. So, I think this should fit across here. All right. I don't know what I'm doing. All right. Now, right here, this pink and this pink right here, this is what I use. These are so old. I got the idea way back, probably 10 years ago now, from AJ's Inspired Life, Allison. She's permanently linked below. And I love these things. They are watercolor crayons. And um, I used to use them all the time, right? I don't even think they sell them anymore. They're just like, they look like little lipstick things, and you just twist them up like that. And then you put the color down. And when I wanted to try it out before I turned on the camera because, um, let me fix that. Because I just wanted to make sure that it was gonna, work, I guess. Um, but you got to kind of lay it on a little thick. Anyway, doesn't actually doesn't really matter what you do because I don't know that they sell these anymore. Okay. So we're going to do that. And then we're also going to do this other color. My two favorite color combo. All right. Um, yeah. So anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the key lime pie. So he makes key lime pie. He has made it many times before. And my daughter was saying, yeah, this is the first time I've had it. And I'm like, what? What do you mean this is the first time you've had it? She says, oh yeah, he gets all the ingredients and then he makes it and takes it to work. And I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, this is the first time I've ever had it. I'm like, oh my goodness. Yeah, they do cooking at work, like, because they're on shift work. And anyway, I mean, the easiest way to explain it is that it's like a fireman. They don't cook like all their meals, there, but they do their fair share cooking. I'm really sorry if this is shaking you guys all about. I'm trying to hurry. All right, there we go. So we've got it all colored in. These two colors are going to mix. And what I use is a baby wipe. So we're going to get this one that I'd already used. When I first did this, and you simply just rub it. That's it. A damp, cloth. Some of these are going to turn purple. I'm so sorry if this is shaking you guys around. I really wish that I could find a way to not have that happen. Yeah, because my camera setup is you don't want to rub it too much because the paper will pill, but of course you want to make sure that I'm getting this on other tags and whatnot, but that's okay. All right, there we go. What was I saying? Yeah, you guys are actually attached to a shelf that is on my desk, right? So every time I jiggle something, it moves the camera. So I'm really sorry. If I ever get a chance to figure it out, I will. To see if, I could make it so that it doesn't do that, because it is super annoying. Now, obviously, this is on vintage or old book text, and it's like off-white. So if you were to do this on, a white piece of paper or something, then it would probably be a lot brighter, right? But that's good enough for me. All right. So now let's see, Japanese curry. And then, of course, we have these. So let me see. I might do something like this because whenever I think of Japanese, I think of cherry blossoms, right? So we might put this here like this. Maybe we'll put this here like this. And then I thought about just putting this here. Yeah, is that okay? I think it's okay. And then I'm actually going to make this into like maybe a little pocket and then just put a nice little card right in there. Okay, so yeah, that's the plan, Stan. Okay, that is the plan. And it was very nice going over there. It was very sweet of them to invite us. And the food was delish. My kids are all four of them. Well, I have two, and they're significant others. They're still my kiddos. Um, they all like are very foodie, right? But of course, he cooks. My daughter's boyfriend cooks a lot from his own heritage, and but otherwise too, like they're always trying new things, and all of that. Oh gosh, I need more glue. Let me get it. Yeah. So there's always yummy food, right? Always something new to try. And I think it's wonderful. See, I did not grow up that way. I mean, I was just thinking about it the other day, and I'm not I'm not sure that like ever had Chinese takeaway until I was with my husband. I mean, can you imagine? Yeah. I mean, we went out, we had like, I don't think so. I really don't. I cannot remember ever getting Chinese food. Yet when my parents were older, they got Chinese food. I know they did. Um, but I don't recall at all having Chinese, Japanese, any kind of Asian food. Oh my gosh, this is going to be interesting. Um, when I was growing up, we just didn't do it. Shoot. Ugh. I'm too busy remembering and talking to put my things on here. All right, let's put these on first. So yeah, we pretty much ate like meat and potatoes in my family. We ate a lot of chicken, we ate a lot of ground beef, very little steak. um yeah, casseroles were a huge thing in my family. We did not go out to eat very often. Uh if we did, my dad really loved fine food, you know. And we did that a little bit more when we were older. But I think I'll just stick that right there, perhaps. All right. Yeah, he would take us to nice places and stuff like that, but very rare, very rare. When we were kids, however, growing up when we were little kids, we did not go, we got we would go out for pizza occasionally. Um, a trip to McDonald's with my sweet grandma. We called her Grandma with the Stairs. My sweet grandma, she would take us to McDonald's. She would always get a fish sandwich and fries. And that was a huge deal. That was a huge deal. It wasn't, back then, I'm talking, 40 years ago, more 50 years ago. Um, back then, it was a treat. It wasn't something that was necessarily convenient. At least that was my experience, or my feeling on the experience. It wasn't like it is today, where you pick up fast food because it's just that, it's fast food. I mean, I guess to some people it was, but to me as a kid, it was like, oh my gosh, we get to go to McDonald's, are you kidding me? It was like fantastic, you know what I mean? And some of my most fond memories, my grandmother. And yeah, just super, super cool. Now, okay, here it is. Still sticky. Let's see here. Hopefully it will stay sticky. We'll see if we can get this on here. Kind of straightish, yeah. But yeah, so anyway, all that to say, I'm super happy and blessed that my kids, is that straight even? Well, it's just going to have to be, folks. It is. It'll drive me nuts later. It'll drive me nuts 20 years from now, but that's okay. Um, yeah, I'm super grateful that my kids are foodies. They love all kinds of food, all kinds of food. They experiment making all kinds of food, they just, yeah. And my daughter-in-law, her heritage is Mexican. And so, hello, it's coming up to tamale season. Yeah. I don't know if she's going to make them or not. It's an arduous task, let me tell you what. If you've never made tamales or you don't know what goes into them, yeah, it's a pretty arduous task. So, we'll see if she makes them this year. I'm not really sure. I hope she does because they are delicious. We're just going to add a little bit of glue to these bits. Anyway, yeah, so lots of food choices around here. And it was very sweet you know, um, to go over to my daughter's house and just spend some time with them. All the kids live up here. We see them all the time, which we're so blessed. But sometimes it is nice even to see them, one on one. You know what I mean? To just spend that extra little time together, just one on one. So we do enjoy doing that as well. Okay, there we go. All right. I can tell that this is not straight, but that's okay. I'm going to be fine with it. All right. Oh my gosh, I'm sticking to everything and nothing is sticking, right? What is happening? All right. Did I tell you guys I'm doing this on Halloween? Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. That's just how it's going to have to be. Woo! Um, yes, I am filming this on Halloween, the last day of October. We are not going up to the kids' house. They live in a neighborhood, I think I told you before, that is super popular for trick-or-treaters, which is awesome for them because they are set up. If I get to the end of this video, and I'll show you a picture of what my kids' house looks like, um but yeah, their thing is like super super popular. And so I think we're going to put this here. This is just in my own hand lettering that I do. Um, yeah, so like everyone and their brother comes to their neighborhood. And the streets are clogged. People are all, converging in the streets. Obviously, kids are, safely, hopefully, trick-or-treating and all of that. Families all around. There are people on golf carts. They might even do a parade. I'm not really sure. But yeah, so my husband and I are like, yeah, no, we're just gonna stay here. So there's that. Okay, now this, yeah, I think I'm just gonna put this in like as a little pocket, right? To just say how nice it was to spend the evening with them. Yeah, and it was delicious food. I like how that came out. I hope that's straight. It's really hard to see at this angle. I don't know why. Anyway, it'll be all right. Japanese curry. Boy, that page turned out really pretty. I don't know. Should I put that there? Maybe not. I don't know what I'm going to do. Um, maybe if I had like a smaller one, maybe. Let me see. Of course I do because you guys have been so generous in giving me little gem stickers. So there we go. All right, at the gems. All right, now on this side here, I don't know what to do at all. Because we really didn't do, I don't think, no. Yeah, like I slept in. My husband did some cleaning. He's in super high pain. And I filmed a ramble. So that's pretty much all that went on this day. But I did have these things, right? Like I had seen some of these things. So I don't know if I want to put these on here or not. We might just do something very simple. These are about the quiet hero of my life. This is about my husband. Marriage is not a fairy tale. Again, about marriage. I also have another one over here about husbands, right? My anniversary is coming up in 2 days, which it would have already passed by the time you guys see this. Um, yeah, we just celebrated, I don't know, 34 34 years. Yeah. And we've been together about 37, 38 years. So yeah, long time. So I might put these, reserve these for my anniversary page. But this is about a daughter. Um, it's just a simple reminder to my sweet girl because she had not been feeling well. And then a prayer for my grandchildren. So let us see what we can do here, shall we? All right. See, I have um, these notepads that I want to use. These are from Recreations by Brooke. So super cute. But they will not fit on here, which is fine. No big deal. No big deal. Okay, that might. All right. Maybe we'll do this. Okay, because again, I just kind of want to make this a very simple page. I think maybe. Okay, we'll do this. And I was telling you about this in one of the last of these videos that I did. The Journal with Me videos is, I am going to save that for next year probably. But, when you get to the end of a journal, I feel like sometimes I'm just kind of like, okay, let's just get her done. You know what I mean? Oh, let me just make sure this is going to fit on here. Yep, it'll do fine. It'll do, pig. It'll do. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes, well, and of course, like, I didn't have a whole lot to say this day, like our biggest highlight was this right here, the Japanese curry, which was absolutely delicious and, just a special time to spend with our kids. So, yeah. So that takes the highlight on this page. The rest of the stuff is just kind of like info, you know what I mean? Like not important really info. But anyway, yeah. And I'm so excited to get in here and like finish this stuff up already. Because it has been like, oh, hang on. I'm just trying to straighten this out a bit. All right, there we go. There we go. I think, yeah, and see this up here is like a ripped off piece, so I didn't want to, wreck that whole thing. But anyway, all right, let's just see here what we can do. All right, see, then I have this, and then I have this. All right, so I might do some flips and flaps, because why not? you know, why not? All right, what day is this now? This would be, I do believe, the 26th. These designs are from Rebecca Hoot. Her link will be below. I graciously received them in a happy mail. 25th, so this is Sunday the 26th. And I've used these all month and I love them. They're so cute. And I'm just so thankful that for the gift of these and that I could use them. Okay, so this. I'm going to add just a tad more glue just to make sure that they stay adhered. And then we'll go ahead and put this right here. There we go. Okay, I'm so excited to almost be done with this. It's like you start out, I don't know if you do this or not, but I certainly do. You start out the month and you're like so excited for your book. And then you get to the end of the month. And of course, if you're anything like me and you're behind, you think to yourself, oh, my heavens to Betsy, what is happening with my life? And yeah, so, okay. Let us use, where did I put it? Okay. We're going to use just some of this, right? And do I need to put these things on here? No, I absolutely do not, but I am going to anyway. So let's get some of this out. Autumn, maybe? I don't know. Hello, pumpkin season? Why not? Why not? Okay. We're going to put this one here. Cute. Just using up the stuff, using it up. Of course, I did just purchase this not very long ago. Oh, look, it's a whole bunch of little ones. That's cute. This says Autumn Day. Nice. Yeah, I just ordered these recently from Amazon, and yeah, I like them. I like them a lot. Notice I'm not putting any extra glue on. I don't know if I'm going to regret that decision in time. Not really sure, but this has been going okay. It's been going okay. This is fall and autumn, so we're just going to stick it on right there. And then we'll put this. Yeah, I don't want to cover up the date, right? Okay. And then this, I hope you can see all this. I love how that Japanese page came out. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And he's so sweet. My daughter's boyfriend, he's so sweet. He's like one of the very few people that ever has asked me, like, so what's new with your crafting stuff, or however he says it. He's so cute. It's just nice, because nobody ever asks me about my crafting stuff. So it's just really nice. Okay, and then I'll find a card to put in here. Or, I might end up just leaving it and just leaving it like this because I think this is gorgeous on its own, and then just writing about it here. Okay, so there we go. Yay! All right. Now this page, I have no idea what I do know what happened. It was a rather uh yeah, I did do a bunch of stuff. Oh yeah, I was trying to yeah. I don't know how I'm going to do this page. And to be honest, this might be another one that is not going to get done. I'm not really sure. I had some honey mustard dot pretzels. I have some pictures of the babe that my daughter-in-law sent me. She's holding her head up, so that is certainly something to take note of. But I don't know if that's going to work. Now, here on this page, let's just concentrate on continuing to move on. But what I do want to do, okay, this was a 26, so let's just go ahead and find my scissors. All right, so I'm going to cut this cat out. And this was a Monday. Cut the cat out. Cut that out. And I will just stick it right in there like that, just in the event that I ever do come back to it. Okay. Now on this day here, let me see what else. I don't know where, and these are really great because they're super long and like industrial. I don't know. They're super big paper clips. I'm not really sure where I got them at, to be honest with you. This day, I spent, I don't know if I've shown you this, but we went over to my son's house so that he and his wife could carve their jack-o'-lanterns without, having to watch the baby. So we went over there and watched her. But there's my son doing his. There's how they came out. This is hers and this is his. They came out so cute. And then this is their house. Oh my gosh, that dude, it's like a 7-foot werewolf. And it is animatronic, motion censored, sound, red eyes, the whole bit. I mean, she just loves decorating for Halloween, so came out so cute. So that's going to go in there. And then this, I wanted to put this here just to mark that we were here with the gems. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to fold this over like so, because I only want it half on the page, right? It's going to go kind of something like that. Something like that. Okay, and then I'm going to see if I can't cut this off right down the center or somewhere close to it without cutting the sticker. Please don't cut the sticker. The name of the game in journaling, I've determined, is just make it work, just make it work. Now that part, see, this part I'm going to leave on here. Okay, I'm going to try to stick it back down as best I can. And then this now can go right here. Yeah. Good. And then it doesn't mess anything up, right? It's stuck on there. It's not stuck on anything behind. Just tells me that we were at the Gems house. Okay. All right. This, praying for people in Jamaica and parts around, certainly. Okay. Now let's see what we're doing here then. This night, we went back up. I swear. I think this week we've been to the kids' house like Sunday. Sunday we didn't go. Monday, Tuesday we went. Wednesday we went. Yeah, like 3 times at least. And then they were down here, because last night we watched our sweet baby girl. So these are some of among my favorite um, candies. Yeah. Now I want to see how I can do this. All right, like this. No. All right. Ay, 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 you guys. Okay. Go like that, I suppose. And then I do think that I'm just going to staple them right here, right? I continue, and I'm going to have to move this because this is, yeah, I got to use my bigger stapler. Yeah, I keep complaining, that my waist is ever expanding. All right, there has to be a better way. All right, so let's see if we can do this just to keep them all together. Okay, all right, there we go. Now we'll put this up here like so because I like having cute little things, on the tops of my pages. I think it's fun. And where else are you going to use your high chew packaging, right? Okay, there we go. Now let's scoot it around here. Sticks out at the top. I love it when stuff sticks out the top, the edges, everywhere. The only place I don't want it to stick out, of course, is the bottom. Okay, so there's that. Now, I had this for a snack. So we're going to put that on, but we are going to put it on with some tape. I don't know if that's done or not. Yep. Okay. Yeah, so this night the kids asked us to come over for dinner again. And the first night my daughter-in-law made, I think it's called Mexican wedding soup. It's like a meatball soup, broth base, so delicious. Oh my gosh, little on the spicy side for me. But it was, oh my gosh, she's made it before and I love it. And it was something I know that she, ate a whole bunch when she was pregnant. It's just a very easy one pot, meal. And oh my gosh, it is so good. It is so good. Um, Probably having it today because you know what? I didn't even tell you guys. Our weather has changed. We have some nice cool weather and it's just a gorgeous gorgeous day out. All right, so this right here I'm going to put like so. Okay, and then there's a little tuck spot. Oops, sorry. All right, we've got a gem here. I don't know where that's going to go yet. This I sent to my boy this day. It says, my boy, in every lifetime, in any world, any chance I get, I would choose you again and again, not just because you're my son, but because you are easily the most amazing young man I've ever known. I love my boy. So on this day, we went back to dinner. Like the day before is when we had the soup. And then this is another Mexican meal, and it is breaded chicken on spaghetti verde. Oh my goodness. Yes. Oh my gosh. She sweats the onion, or she broils, whatever it's called. Roasts. Yeah. She roasts poblano peppers and onions and jalapeno. And she could have put more jalapeno in, but she was being sensitive to my needs. Isn't that sweet? So anyway, it's like got sour cream in it, and it has a big old handful of cilantro in it, and it has cream cheese, sour cream. I don't know what all, but it is so good. Like, can I just tell you, it is so good. Oh my gosh. And I was so, so appreciative that, yeah, that she had us come over. So now, where am I going to put this stuff? I don't know. I might put this down here as just a very simple thing. Because unless I put a pocket here, it's going to be severely difficult for me to do any journaling, right? Because the book now has a hump. So what I might do is just glue this here, and then I also sent this to my daughter. And no matter how much I say I love you, I always love you more than that. Yeah. Always thinking about my kids, I really hope that they're not like, geez, mom, could you just cut it off with all the memes, I don't know. I hope I'm not a bother, but I need them, I guess, in my opinion, to know that they are so special and that they are thought of constantly, they're always thought of. They're always on my mind. I just love them so much. And I have to have them know that without any doubt, without any question, you know. I'm sure there's a mental story back there in there somewhere, in which case we're not going to explore today. But yeah, I love them so much, you know. So every time when I have my coffee and I'm scrolling through stuff and I see something, and then of course your algorithms, because once you linger on one thing, then you get 50 different things the same. You know what I mean? So that's why, daily I see these various things, for kids and stuff. So anyway, um, okay, so this, I think I'm just going to glue this like this and perhaps like this, and I'll border that. And then this, I'll probably just stick right up there. Yeah. And then, okay, that looks good to me. Let's just get together. Yeah. Golly, I got a little emotional there. I'm sorry. I love my kids so much though. Oh my gosh. And we are just so blessed that they're up here, that they live up here. And I still have to pinch myself sometimes because I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe my babies are here. Anyway, some people might think that's weird. I don't know. But yeah, we love spending time together. And I guess too, like when my kids were little, right, we did not have family down here. Now, originally, our families were all from Florida, or basically thereabouts, for the majority of their lives, they lived in Florida and near us, in the same city. And then, yeah, and then things changed, And then when my children were little, like we didn't have grandparents that were around. I mean, they visited, don't get me wrong. It's not like that my kids never saw their grandparents, but um, yeah, we didn't live near them, so it wasn't like it is now with our grandbaby. My son or my daughter-in-law can just say, hey, mom and dad, are you busy today? Would you mind watching? Or we have a doctor's appointment or whatever, or we want to go to Target, or oops, I was gonna ink that, but that's okay. Maybe I'll just ink it on my own. Yeah, we want to go out to dinner with the guys, is that all right? Or whatever, and be there for them. Because it was difficult, you know, when I had two little baby kids, 28. So this is the 29th. And, you know, I mean, my husband was at work all day, it was hard, we got through it and I loved it. I would never change any of it, but I really do think that because for a long time, what is this? Wednesday. Okay. Wednesday. It's just been the four of us, until most recently. And but I really do think that that is one of the reasons why we are so close, because we've always had each other's backs. We've always been there. We've always, dropped everything if one of us needed something, we've always just been really close that way. So, yeah. And I'm just so blessed. So blessed. Whereas with my own family, they kind of were, stretched across the four corners of the US, so we didn't really get to see too much of everybody, not very often, Okay. Now, in here, what I need to do is I have a lot to write about. Okay, so I'm going to take two of these. Whoops, that was more than two, I do believe. Oh, no, maybe not. Okay, two of those. And my spaghetti verde. Y'all. I might need even more of these, huh? Let me see. I have a super lot to write about. What was this on Wednesday? I might be able to get it on there. I I really could have, you know, made this smaller, but that's okay. In fact, I might. I'll just leave this in here for this. Okay. so let's just get this started. And I need, oh, darn it. Oh, come on. Sorry, I'm down here under my desk. What I'm looking for is that. Okay, I just use these random books we get in the mail, like AARP or whatever, to do my gluing on. So, okay, we're just going to do this. I'm going to glue these together. I will have to fold them. It's really not that big of a deal. If I'm being completely honest, I don't like to fold them, the notepads is what I'm saying. However, it's fine. I think they're beautiful notepads and I'm going to use them, obviously. So, okay. So we'll get this all glued up. I glue them together so that they're, have a front and a back to them, because then I will use, the back. It'll be all covered, right? You get it? Yeah. And now I have glue everywhere. Oi, oi, oi. Come on, come on. Work with me. Let's just move that. Nope, I don't want that. This. I should have really used a Halloween one. You know what? That's fine. Let me see what I've got as far as the Halloween ones go. Uno momento. Let's move this back here. Okay. Let's see what we got here. We've got this. Oh, wait a minute. Ooh. Okay. Let me just see what I want. Okay, I have that. I have this, which is so super cute. I might have to just use that one. Yeah, we're going to do that. I think it should be okay. And even if I need to, you know what? I can just tip this in. It really does not make that big of a deal, right? Okay. So here we go. Change in plan. All right. So let me see. Get off. All right. It doesn't matter. Okay. We're going to do it at that pink one. All right. Let's cut that off. And I still reserve the right to go back and just make that as a, smaller maybe or something. I wasn't really sure at the time that I printed it whether, what I would need for the page. I didn't know what kind of area I needed, if that makes any sense at all. Because usually, I'll look at my pages and I'll think, oh yeah, I need this to go here and this to go here. So I make the size accordingly. But in some cases, I just print the stuff out and I just think, okay, yeah, this could work. And then, of course, hope that it does. Good grief, I'm getting glue everywhere. Except where it should be going. And yes, I try to glue every nook and cranny. I know that it probably drives some of you absolutely insane, but I don't know. I want everything to be glued. It's a thing. Yeah, it really is. Okay, so let's do this. Oh, it's not like perfect, but that is a-okay. It doesn't really matter. I could choose to cut it off. I could choose to leave it. It doesn't really make a difference. But what I will do, just right quick, is I'll just go ahead and ink it. Because why not? Isn't that cute? Kind of emphasizes my my error, but that's okay. This is still very wet because there is a ton of glue on it, and that's fine. No biggie. No biggie. Just a little zhuzh, you know, a little zhuzhing. All right, there we go. Put that away. I might even put this. I have quite a few of these hot pink ones. Where are my scissors? Yeah, I just do because I don't know why. So why not use it up, you know, the ribbon. All right, so we'll go ahead and put this right on her skull. Oh, there's my other glue thing. I was wondering where that went. Okay, we will do that, and then we will take our pliers and flatten it. So annoying that I have to do this, but it is what it is. Okay, scooch over now. Get out of the way. All right, let's see. Okay, so this is going to go right in like so. That looks super cute. And then this, I don't know. Let me see. I wonder. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick it right down. Yep. Because we're here. We're almost done. So why not? Did I put the thing? Yeah, 29. All right. Then yesterday, the kids came over again. We watched the baby. Did I already tell you that? Probably. So yeah, we've seen him a bunch this week. Yeah, we've seen him a bunch this week. Okay. Which has been delightful. Come on now. You just worked a second ago. All right. I just want it up there as high as it'll go. Over this way a little bit. Okay, there we go. So you can still see it, you know, in the background. And then this is what I will write it on. Okay, so it's fairly simple page, right? Snacks and treats and ever-expanding waistlines. Oh my. Okay, so that's that. Oh yes, oh my gosh. Okay, so we can just continue on and do this one page, I think, or part of the page anyway. This is going on long enough. Yes, I do realize that, and I'm sorry. Okay, here's a picture of the babe. Sitting here with her grandpa, which grandpa's name, by the way, is Bubba. Yes, that is just my husband's known as Bubba throughout the entire family. And so we were sitting on the couch and she was watching Veggie Tales. So exciting because my little kiddos used to watch the Veggie Tales. Yes, when they were little. So we're going to put this here. Oh, poop-a-doo. I was going to what was I going to do? Well, first of all, I need these pliers yet again. I needed to, I wanted to print out a clip art of the Veggie Tales. Dagnabbit. And I don't know if you guys remember, like, let's hope I can do this. Where did my clip go now? Oh, geez. Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm going to move this down here now. Okay. All right. And then we're going to attempt to glue these on. All right. So watching, this is my own lettering. Anyway, what was I saying? I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, we were watching Veggie Tales, and I remember again when my kids were little bibbies, and it's like a faith-based, you know, sing-along kind of video type thing. I found them on YouTube because we used to get them at the library, and we used to, or maybe we had a few tapes of our own, but they used to be on VHS. And yeah, so we've always been big fans of the Veggie Tales. And I even, if you had, that's what I was going to tell you. If you had seen my my room tour a few years ago, or yeah, a year ago, or whatever, whenever it was, of this one that I'm in right now, I made my kids out of felt. I had my in-laws girlfriend made them for her grandchildren, and they were felt Veggie Tales, and I made like, well, we've lost Bob the tomato over the last 30 years, unfortunately. We looked everywhere when we moved too, and we just couldn't find him. So Bob has gone missing. He's the tomato. And then Larry the cucumber. So I have Larry the cucumber. And then I had the whole asparagus family. And they were all just made so simply and easily, with felt and rice. And my kids loved them and they played with them all the time. Oh my gosh. So watching Veggie Tales was just super fun with the baby. And, I mean, the video is like a half an hour long. She's 4 months old, so we would take a little break. We'd have maybe some tummy time and maybe some reading time and maybe some just general conversation time. And then, we do like 10-minute snippets or something, because obviously, I mean, just she's in an age now where, it's important to converse with her. That's what they do, they imitate. And so, um, we want her to imitate speech and all that, So we have some very nice convos with her. We don't want everything to be on the screen, In fact, my kids don't want her. it not for TV, but like screen time and stuff like that, But anyway, so we tried VeggieTales and she really liked it. She's so dang cute. Okay, and then tails, and then I think I am gonna try to just print out a little tiny. Maybe I'll put this here. No, I'll put this over here, and then I'll put Bob and Larry. So stinking cute. If I do, if I don't, I don't. It's not that big of a deal. Oh, I even tried last year. Oh my gosh, now this is not working. I tried last year making another Bob, and I don't know what happened, but it did not work out very well. This glue that I'm using is very, look at it. It's like super soft. I don't understand it, but it's driving me insane. It's not good. I don't like it. That's annoying because then it just gets everywhere and not, I mean, glue's going to be glue, you know what I mean? But it shouldn't be squishing out like that. It's almost like it's melted, but it can't be. I don't think. I don't know. Maybe it can be. Not really sure. All right. Okay, scooch in a little bit. This was super fun. We had a very nice time with her. She stayed rather, not rather, but later than usual because I think my son is going on nights, so he actually has to stay up, so he didn't, they weren't in like a huge rush to get home. I mean, as far as like going to bed and getting up early for work, because he didn't have to get up early for work. Okay, so there's that. Okay. And then I think we're just going to do this very simply. And I could have moved those up, but that's okay. Let me think here. I think I'm going to make this into a tuck. Maybe I'll do it this way. Yep. And then I'll put a little card in here. That's what I'm going to do. That's not gluing. All right. So let us see. How do I want to do this? This way. Okay. Yeah. Then I'll just, I'll put a little journaling card. Make sure that's right side up. Yeah. I'll put a little journaling card in here. And I'm going to flip this over just so it's more flat. Whoops. All right, make sure it stays. Okay, while I hold this. Yeah, I'll put a journaling card in there kind of explaining, the different things that we do with her. And probably like her schedule because, yeah, they were here for a while. They got here about 1 and they left about 10. So, yeah, we had her about 9 hours. So, lots of feeding, lots of napping, lots of putting to sleep, lots of singing, lots of hugging and cuddling and all that. And we are so blessed. And so, okay, so there's that. Now this will be like a little pocket. I might even need to put something here. I don't know. All right, and then here we go for this. Now, what I'll probably do to make my life so much easier is because there is, let me think. I'm just thinking. This was on Thursday, so I have stuff to save for her, but not so much for the rest of the day. You know what I mean? So let us look and see back to here what we have. We have this. Okay. Okay, I have this now. I could just to use it, right? Let me cut this off. This right here. Let me see what I could do with this. I don't want to use this as a flap. So, whoops, sorry. I think I just touched my microphone again. I could go with something like this, right? Or let me see, because any one of these I'm going to have to cut off, okay? Any one of them. That's super cute, though. I could actually, oops, sorry. Golly, I keep touching my thing. All right, I'm going to cut this off right there. And let's see. Let us see what we make of this. Okay. We can glue this right in here like so. Now, do I want that or not? No, I really don't, because this, see, I could put this here, something like this, but then I feel then the need to put something here. And I really don't need a flap, right? So, okay. No big deal. No big deal. All right. Okay. I'm just thinking. I'm sorry. It takes me a bit. All right. I'm going to take this part off. Okay. And then I think I'll glue this in here like so. And then this, I might even just, tip in or something just to add a little something to the page, All right, let's just go that direction, I think. And then see where we are, right? And then I still have to figure out how to put on the day and date and all that. So it'll be good. It'll all be good. Oops, I didn't want to put glue up at the top of that because it's going to hang over the thing, but it's no big deal. When you use a glue stick, it'll dry. It'll dry, How it does that and not like unstick your stuff is I don't know, but yeah, as long as it's not touching anything, I guess. If it touches something, then it will not. What am I trying to say? If it touches something, then it will adhere, right? I can't even get my words out. If it's not touching something, then it will not adhere. Okay. In other words, this up here right at this moment is very sticky. It's no big deal. It will dry. Okay. All right. So here's this. Okay. Now, do I want it this way or this way? I think we'll just do it that way. And we'll see about, we'll just put fall leaves on it. Just to stick it in here. I just had an extra, And of course, I mean, who knows? Knowing me, I probably have an extra meme hanging around here that I can put on the other side if I so desire, right? And although too, where did the end of that go? Either an extra meme or see, like I walked, or I didn't walk. rode my bike, you know, so I would have, this is going to go over here. So I would have that little sticker, you know, I have to put the date on here. So I'm going to do that. In that case, I don't know where I'm going to put that. You know what? We might even just put it over here. So what day was this? Let me see here. Where's the date? 29 Wednesday. So this was a Thursday, not on this one. Here's a Thursday. Woo! Getting down to the end, guys. Thursday, the 30th. Okay, so we are actually going to put it on here. Yes, we are. Okay, that worked out famously. All right, and then we have this. So this is going to go right here. A little add to the little collage thing there. Okay, and oh man, this isn't sticking. Ugh, that bites. All right, we might have to come up with another solution. I'm not really sure. I don't know. All right, we're going to figure that out. Okay. And then, so then this is all done here. We've got the date on it, 30th. And then 31st is actually today, which I don't know what all is going to go on today. So I don't like messing with this. But here's another meme that I sent to my daughter. Oh, I've got a sunbeam coming in. Here is again, a bigger picture of my kids' house for Halloween. So that'll be fun. And then, yeah. And then I'll be done like with all of that of the decorating and all that kind of stuff. But I'm super pumped. I am super, super pumped. Look how fat this thing is. Holy cow. I mean, all this chunky goodness coming out. Yes, yes. Oh, I love it. Okay, so that's it for right now. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Now, my task is to go back in here and fill in the journaling, right? But how fun. How fun. This is actually like, and I might have 2 pages in here that I have not completed. And that's just going to have to stand. So there you have it. Okay. Love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. My battery's about ready to go. So I will, oh, I love this page. Anyway, thank you so much for sharing your time with me. I really do appreciate that you choose to spend your time with me. Have a great rest of your day, a wonderful evening, and I'll talk to y'all real soon. Bye for now.